Welcome to This Week in West Hempstead, sponsored by Spiegel Law PC, 516-873-1683, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, and Reister's Bakery. Here are your hosts, David and Norm. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Dan and Norm. Great to be back in the studio and
Very nice.
not on remote, and we're in downtown West Hempstead, and nice hot sweltering.
Sweltering is a word.
Woo!
It must be real feel close to 100.
It's really disgusting out. It's like going into just a huge wet blanket. Blech. Anyway, let's dive in, and since we're talking about weather stuff and things related. Halls Pond is such a crap hole. I mean, I don't understand why we talk about this all the time. I was driving by and I see these just dirt floating around in the middle of the pond. It stinks over there.
Zero maintenance.
People have been complaining. It's of course they tried, I guess it was now 2 years ago to actually dredge the thing. The equipment got stuck.
The turtles, don't forget there were turtles there.
There was that radioactive turtle. God knows if he's still around. And it's and this is Nassau County. Just fix the damn thing. I mean, it's just enough already. I mean,
I think it's just a maintenance thing. They're not cleaning out the collection bins that are supposed to trap the runoff. And this is what you get. You get garbage in the pond. The pond is a major feature of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah, the first thing you see is Hall's Pond and Carvel. Carvel we like. Hall's Pond we don't like. It's enough. I mean,
it's too bad.
I see all these videos of all these machines that go out and they just suck all the stuff up, and they clean up, rivers and lakes and all this stuff. And it's we're paying top taxes, and they just can't seem to do anything.
We're not a priority.
And besides the fact that there's just garbage all over the place. So Halls Pond's really pissing me off. You politicians, and that includes Bruce Blakeman, because, again, this falls
You
under...
want to run for governor, dude? Come on, man.
I mean, listen, if he can't clean up Halls Pond, how could he take care of and clean up New York State? I mean, it's a mess. Take care of it already.
But I think Norm has it right, because as we talked about when the attempted cleanup was, we're runoff from the Long Island Expressway, right?
Yeah.
And they got traps and they got boxes there supposed to collect the garbage. You can't clean this out once and then disappear for another 5 years and expect that it's going to work. We're right back where we were before, and it's disgusting.
It's gross. It's gross. I feel bad for people that walk it, and
I gotta imagine.
Kids.
I gotta imagine it's more expensive for the county to do it. Where they have to bring in contractors to start dredging again. I mean, if you just maintain it properly, they probably could save some bucks.
Oh, what a mess. Anyway, moving right along, talking about other messes. So apparently, I think this was an article in the Herald. The New York State United Teachers Association has filed a lawsuit seeking to stop Diamond Charter Schools from temporarily opening at 12 Westminster Road in West Hempstead. And I think they were scheduled to open up in September while their regular building was being built out, I think, on Front Street.
Well, they still have to go through a hearing, I think, August 11th. And that'll determine, I suppose, by court order whether or not they have to stop.
Yeah, so this is a huge issue. Again, charter schools is a very contentious item, and it comes up all the time as it relates to the school board, and it's siphoning away students and the monies that go associated with the students. And so this is, I thought this was a done deal, that they were in and this was going to happen, but apparently not.
I admit I don't entirely understand what the union's position is here. If this is a charter school, are they not hiring union teachers, and that's why they have an interest here?
Yeah.
I don't quite understand what they're after here. I'm assuming that there's more jobs. I'm guessing, I couldn't swear to it, that the teachers working at this place would be encouraged to join the union. I don't quite know what they're after.
No,
here.
I think it's a completely non-union operation. So the teachers unions, they're
looking to protect their turf.
Exactly. So, listen, there's plenty of charter schools that are out there. You got academy charter schools. You got some real successes in charter schools. I know in New York City, some of the charter schools are doing, amazingly well. Of course, the mayor there will screw that up as well.
But they're around Hempstead. We have charter schools in Hempstead. We have it on Peninsula Boulevard. We have it in the town of Hempstead. So, I mean, it's just one more charter school.
Yeah, what a mess.
I think, look, my biggest issue, and I think we talked about this when the charter school stuff first came up, the biggest problem here is that Hempstead school district is in all kinds of trouble.
Yeah.
They can't seem to get it straight. And at the end of the day, whatever the unions may be for or against or whatever, are we not interested in getting kids educated? Why can't they get the Hempstead district organized? Look, I understand money stuff. It's whatever the issues may be with the finances. But for God's sake, if we're here to teach kids, get the local district to teach the kids.
Yeah, and by the way, I think the West Hempstead School District, as we've talked about, in the past, they do a pretty decent job.
They do a good job.
It's actually the Hempstead School District.
Yes, that's a different story.
A real crap
that's
show.
the one I mean.
That's a completely different story.
West Hempstead.
That's I think who the charter schools are serving.
Right.
I don't think they're serving West Hempstead kids. They may lose a couple of kids to a charter school, but I don't think that's a major threat.
Yeah, this is not going to go away. Maybe in future shows we'll try to get the people from the Diamond Charter School back on air and tell us what's going on. If people have signed up already, who knows what happens if this injunction, takes hold. But it's a mess.
Well, the great poop debate won't go away either.
Oh, so yeah, the great poop debate. Again,
We're really covering messes today. Aren't we?
it's just one mess after another. Of course, someone took to social media and was complaining that they went to their garbage can and they saw a poop bag, and then of course there was all the ensuing messages from other people about. This is disgusting. This is terrible. And then there are other people saying, "Well, if it's if the bag is contained and it's this, it's that." It's like the same crap all over again.
Literally, right.
Just
meanwhile, some kids are making a business out of it, I think.
Well, that's what that was interesting too. So I saw in one of the WhatsApp groups that there's some entrepreneurial kids that will come over to your house and I guess clean out your garbage cans and I guess get rid of the poop. And there was also some comments from some people that we know. And, one of the people was saying, well, don't leave your, garbage can out in the street for people to drop it. But that doesn't make that much sense either, because a lot of people, they go to work and they don't, they can't put it in until they get back from work. So,
this is one that drives me nuts, because usually it's a small bag and it ends up in the bottom of the garbage can. I got to go fish it out to turn the can upside down. The other thing is, especially in heat like this, where it's hot and humid and those bags sit there for a couple of days until the next pickup, it's really, really disgusting. I just think, look, I'm sorry. I appreciate it's no fun taking your bag home with you, but it's your dog. It's your job to deal with it.
Yeah, my poor Memphis, I had him for almost 17 years. And I used to walk around with the fakakta bag, and when I got to the house, that's when I got rid of it. It really never really crossed my mind to just drop it in someone else's garbage.
Right.
Especially like if it's not open, if it's left open. I mean, I'm just thinking, I'm getting nauseous. Listen, you know what, people, you got to be considerate. You got to be considerate of your neighbors. You got to You got to carry your bag around. Also, you got to trim your bushes so that people can walk on the sidewalks already. I'm still, that part is still driving me nuts.
I'm thinking of taking a hedge trimmer, doing it myself.
No, even better yet, go, complain to the town of Hempstead, and when someone
they don't do anything.
No, I think they have to to come over and take a look and issue a ticket.
I hate to do that to a neighbor. I'd rather help them cut it down.
But you can't walk two people on the sidewalk without and God forbid if you're pushing a stroller or wheelchair, it's just impossible.
Yeah. Here you go, folks. I think we've been at this about 4 years now, and this is just one that has not gone away. So go trim your bushes and let everybody else walk by.
And of course, let me just point out that the cracks in the sidewalks and the unevenness that hasn't been fixed either.
This is our greatest hits day, isn't it?
My one neighbor fixed his broken sidewalk after 4 years. So you know what? So hallelujah.
There we go.
Whatever. Anyway, let's we are all over the place. There's been a bunch of cyber attacks in water districts. I think there was a couple in Michigan, if I remember correctly, and some other water districts around the country. The question is whether or not that these are cyber attacks or not. And the question that we really should, try to figure out is the West Hempstead Water District prepared?
Right.
Everything's computerized. It's not like you just go and you turn the spigot off and, everything is all done with, very complicated machines with water pressure checks and all that kind of stuff.
The government should be jumping all over this. There's no question these were cyber attacks. The question is who really performed those attacks. And the attacks could have been, Russian, or they could have been Iranian. Nobody really knows. Or they could be domestic. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? And, and on top of all of this, again, through social media, people wildly complaining about Liberty Water, and the bills just seem to be like astronomical. They keep piling up. There's an association that's been formed to try to go up against Liberty. The Water District has been playing footsie with them for like a year or two about taking them over, and that doesn't seem to go anywhere. But whether you live in West Hempstead or you live in Merrick or somewhere where they have Liberty Water, you're just paying like, some double, triple, maybe even 10 times the amount. Yeah. I mean, seriously, crazy. like crazy amounts, and without any recourse. What are you going to do? You gotta flush your toilet. And
take a shower, we hope, in this weather. I will say about these cyber attacks, I mean, whatever, when I'm looking at national news and stuff like this, one of the biggest areas of risk for the United States is this kind of stuff, is infrastructure, all of the utilities, all this stuff, electric companies, and these are really important questions, is to ask whether our infrastructure locally, are we prepared to handle this stuff?
Oh, I'll give you the answer. Absolutely not. I mean, the electrical grid is, who knows who's protecting it. We're very vulnerable. We're just kind of lucky that nothing terrible has really happened, right. But it's just a matter of time. I mean, sure. Look what's going on in, between Ukraine and Russia, and they got drones going, 800 miles and dropping bombs on, all sorts of infrastructure items.
Look closer to home. I mean, there's stuff in the news about Cuba where their electrical grid is basically dead, and it's like taking them weeks and weeks to get stuff back in order.
So it's a mess, and we can only hope that the federal and the state governments are all on top of this. Unfortunately, it just seems like they won't really wake up until something bad happens, and then all of a sudden they
exactly.
And so wow. Anyway,
speaking of some security, we got some physical security to talk about.
Yeah, Norm, what's going on with these new barricades that went up at Anshe Shalom?
Right, so it's part of a federal and state grant program to protect synagogues. They're obviously under threat. Anshe Shalom happens to have probably the most robust security system in the country, and they had an opportunity to have a grant provided for physical security of the property. And they installed these pretty robust bollards that are concrete-filled steel pipe and go 4 feet into the ground, 4 feet above ground, and they can stop a truck.
Yeah. Well,
and that's a major threat coming off of Roosevelt Avenue.
So what'd you do with all the flower pots?
They're still there, I think. Don't look at me. I didn't do this.
Norm's not in the flower pot
business. It's above my pay grade.
No, but it's listen, synagogues all over and other, houses of worship are all doing this. The Young Israel has also an elaborate system of protection. We read in the newspaper things that are going on, things that are going on like in Canada and Toronto. They're getting, hit with, all sorts of, terrible anti-Semitic attacks. England, apparently there was a fire in the Five Towns in the pizza store, though I don't think it's been confirmed whether or not that was like an arson attack or maybe just an electrical fire. But Dan and I were talking to, some of the security people recently in the Five Towns, and there's all sorts of, things that are going on there that really make your hair stand on edge.
So the crazy thing I read in the Wall Street Journal this week is that in Iran, there's no security at the synagogues. There are dozens and dozens of synagogues, 20,000 Jews. They have no issues with attacks, anti-Semitic, anything.
So you're saying the place to go to is to Iran? Okay,
I wouldn't trade off my neighborhood for theirs, but isn't that crazy? I mean, that they don't even have guards posted at the door. They don't have to worry about it.
Okay,
because
boys, this Rosh Hashanah, we're going to be in Tehran. Have fun.
Yeah. And, bring your own bottle of water.
Exactly.
Really?
Okay, so that one kind of caught me off guard, but hey, listen, you never know. And, with that, I think it's time for a quick commercial break.
At Tiffany Dryer Cleaners, we make garment care simple with amazing customer service, environmentally safe detergents, and free pickup and delivery right to your home or your office. Call or text or WhatsApp Jeff at 718-309-5222.
All right, and we're back. So this Saturday, August 8th, there's going to be a flea market, junk in the trunk tag sale. Oh shoot! And I'm not even sure where it's.
Google it.
I think it's in one of the churches.
You keep going, and I'll figure out where it is.
My apologies. I was putting the rundown together a little bit quickly, and I think I may have missed it. You can check. You can check in the official West Hempstead Facebook site, which always has a lot of great stuff over there. And also, there was a big article in Newsday about the Heritage Westminster apartment complex. Looks like it's getting ready for
final
occupancy.
Stages.
They say that they're filling up. Exactly what are they at 50%? Are they more? Are they less? I'm not really sure. But it sounds like things are moving along, and
we should take a tour of that place. I mean, we should do a walkthrough.
It looks great. I would love to see some of these apartments and what they look
right.
like.
I'm sure people that are watching our podcast want to see it as well.
Yeah.
Let's take a ride over there and do a walkthrough.
Yeah. I mean, especially I think the prices go from like $3,000-4,000 to like $8,000. So what is $8,000 or $100,000 a year in rent? What does that get you?
I think that's a townhouse.
Yeah,
I think they're getting a townhouse, and there are multiple, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms, and those are expensive, really expensive.
Yeah, so it's and the landscaping that they've done all around is great. Love to see the inside. I don't even know if the pool is filled and operational. They have pickleball courts over there.
Yep.
And they have like
party room,
social hall room. There's been some rumors about perhaps Chabad moving in, Chabad North moving in.
Do we know what the occupancy days? I thought it was September sometime was move-in option.
I think so. I think it's coming around.
Yeah, they're about ready.
And apparently this is like the largest new development in Nassau County in the longest time, like 10 years, 20 years, whatever it is.
You're talking about over 400 apartments.
And when you think about it, what was there before, the old Liquidators building, which, again, everyone loved Liquidators.
I still miss it.
I miss the parking lot because that's where I used to teach my kids how to drive and all that stuff. But this is like a whole little city that's popping up, and they have all this retail space available along Hempstead Turnpike.
That'll be interesting to see what that attracts.
Yeah, so good luck to Heritage Westminster, and welcome to any new people who are moving in. And maybe it's the first time that you're listening and watching West Hempstead Echo. So, follow us. Follow us on
Long
social
Island
media.
Judaica is up for sale.
Yeah,
that should be a change.
I'm surprised, but you know what? They've been there for
Decades.
I know since I moved in, and owned by the Bindiger family, and they've just done a tremendous service for the community. I think they've helped the community grow by having this resource in the community. We hope that they get a good buyer, and that continues on. And just keep in mind, if you're not interested in Judaica books, you can just go next door to the tattoo parlor and go get a tattaoo. So
I was thinking it's a real crossover opportunity there if you want.
Yeah, it's again, they've really been great for the community. So one of the things,
just before we leave what's happening, I believe the junk in the trunk you mentioned is at the St. Thomas the Apostle
great
location, which I believe is the one down near Carvel, right where Hempstead and Nassau split off. So that's where you go if you want junk in your trunk or junk from somebody else's trunk.
Yeah, and head over there tomorrow, August 8th. On our website, our event calendar, which has all sorts of things going on in West Hempstead, from the school district, things that are going on in Eisenhower Park. It was down for a while, and it's back up. So, for those of you who may just be reaching us through Facebook or Instagram, you can go to our website and you can see a full calendar of all the events that are taking place. And also, we aggregate headlines from all around the area. So if you really want to go deep into what's going on into West Hempstead and the surrounding area, go to westhempsteadecho.com and you can check us out.
The West Hempstead also has access to Eisenhower Park concerts, so that's a nice thing to do in the summer.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of concerts I think coming up this week in Eisenhower Park, and I see it in the paper, all sponsored by Bruce Blakeman, all over the place. Bruce Blakeman, he's getting close. I don't know what's going to happen exactly upstate. But I think it's kind of like a real horse race right now between him and Hochul.
He's pouring a lot of money into ads. A lot of money.
He's had some great AI campaigns, and New York State is in a transitional period right now, and he would certainly bring in a different perspective than what we see right now with the Democrats in power. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's the dog days of August, though, so any polling you're seeing now is probably not going to tell you much about where things will be in November, but let's see what happens.
Yeah. And bringing it back local, things going on at the library. Earlier this week, they had the kids doing tie-dye creations.
That's
and
cool.
They had a posting up on their Facebook site. Looks like it was very well attended, and that's certainly a lot of fun. And they also, for teens grades 6 through 12, they took part in a Dino Park escape
Assume
room.
they mean Dino Park. But,
yeah, I think I'm thinking of the Flintstones.
Unless this is Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, in which case escape Dino as easily as you want.
No, so I think you're right. I think it is the Dino, and if it is Dino, then you should be watching the Flintstones, which is one of the greatest Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Bonnie!
And
generally speaking, there's lots to do there over the summer.
Yeah.
They got reading clubs. They got all kinds of stuff for kids and teens, and obviously plenty of books, even if they don't take credit cards for certain things.
Well, so two things. Number one, it's one of the coolest places in town from a temperature perspective. You walk in there, their air conditioner is blowing great, and you see so many young and old people taking advantage and doing work and just using all the facilities of the library. That's great. On my way out this week, I was checking out books. They hit me for a 75-cent charge. and I just finished paying them. I really, you know, and it was
And
like,
you put it on your credit card.
no, I somehow found $1 and I waited for the change for the quarter, and
Oh, you don't tip? You don't tip at the library?
no tipping at the library. Change goes into the pushka. If you don't know what that is, look it up.
Look it up.
I just figured it wasn't worthwhile. I'm still one of the most wanted people as far as returning library books, but they do have a great selection of books
do.
there. So you know, both electronic and electronic. And for those of you listening, I'm not going to go into a rant for the library. I love the library, and
Some people look forward to those rants.
I know we'll do one. We'll do one in the coming
weeks. Yeah.
And just a last note. It was a headline that was in News 12 about Nassau County is awarding $730,000 in new contracts to a firm connected to Howard Fensterman, who's Bruce Blakeman's campaign finance chair. A little, perhaps, I guess the hint was a little cronyism there. I don't know exactly all the details, but, you know, that's going on. And you can check out that article at News 12.
I mean, look, cronyism is kind of how things have worked in this country for a long time.
Yeah.
But look, again, you know, you want to run for governor, then this kind of stuff is going to come out. You got to be able to explain it.
Yeah. And, you know, I spent a bunch of time yesterday over at Reisterers, and outside, Norm, of your famous Linzer tarts. They had such beautiful stuff. They're making these really, like, beautiful looking, you know, parfaits and all these other, you know, things to kind of cool off in the summertime. They're also going to soon start to get ready for back to school, but you also got the Jewish holidays coming up, and as we know, they make the best ring cakes around. So if you have a chance to stop in at Reisterers, you know, you won't be disappointed.
And in fact, they have on sale through this coming Sunday 3-inch chocolate chip cookies for $1 each and chocolate chip muffins for $1.50. I will also say, and this is one of the great things about Reisterers, they got a lot of seasonal stuff come in. This is like perfect time for peaches and cherries and other fruits and berries. So it's really a great time to go in there. And, of course, there's a selection of stuff you can send. Some kids are going off to school, and you can send them stuff by going to ourbakery.com and have stuff shipped off to your kid.
All right, so I guess they're getting close to a wrap. So I guess the things that we've learned are, you know, this town is full of poop bags all over the place. We've learned that Hall's Pond is
Also poop.
Is a giant poop place. There's a lot of poop going around. You got politicians who are full of poop. You know, whatever. However, at the end of the day, West Hempstead is one of the greatest places to live. We love it. They have the best friends, the best neighbors. People look out for each other, and you know, we're just a welcoming community. So for those of you who are new to the community, again, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and look out for us next week on This Week in West Hempstead.
Enjoy the summer.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Please be sure to visit our sponsors, Spiegel Law PC, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, and Reister's Bakery. To find out more or to reach out to us, come visit us on social media at Facebook and Instagram, or visit our website at westhempsteadecho.com.